Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start. This is so exciting. Oh, I love your shirt. This is great. So basically, just a quick thing again. I want to hear people's stories of how they met people in real life. So I like an anti-online dating, even though I'm talking to someone online right now, but that's because we're in a pandemic and that's the only way I can talk to people.
Exactly. Exactly. No, I love this in real life because I'm an in real life person. Like, I cannot shop online for shoes. I can't shop online for dick, you know? It's a tangible thing that I need in front of me. So
Oh my God, I nearly spat my water out on my laptop. It's
it's
amazing.
it's so true. I've never gone on a date with anyone that I've met online. It's always been someone who I've met in real life. Um, Now it's been so many years since I've actually gone on a date. So anyone listening, let's go somewhere. Um, but several when we talked about this, several stories came to mind. So one was how I met my ex-boyfriend, who was a 54-year-old Australian rock star.
Oh my God.
And yeah, yeah, we'll get to how that ended up. But I had just discovered Melody Hobson, who is George Lucas's wife, right? And she's this multi-millionaire. She runs his finances. Like, she's dope, right? And I was telling my friend, I was like, I just want to find like a rich old white guy, and he can do his thing, and then I can do my thing, and then we'll come together and we'll do our thing together sometimes. You know, this was like pre-race riots and stuff. You know, I have to rethink that now. But if he's from another country, it makes it better. You know what I mean? So so about 3 seconds after I have this conversation, we go to karaoke, and I see this guy, and he looks like a plumber. And that was my first thought. That guy looks like a plumber, because he had like this flannel shirt and it was like cut off, and he had like this greasy dark hair. And we're singing, da 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 da. And all of a sudden, his friend comes up to me, and she's like, "My friend is interested. I'm gonna give you the lowdown. He's 54. He has 3 kids. He's divorced. He's a rock star, like legit one in Australia." And she was like, "What do you say?" And I was like, "Is this gone? Because I did just order up an old white guy. Like, I did just say that I wanted an old white guy. So, like, is this? I think I should go with this." So we started talking and drinking, and he walked me to the E train, and we took the train a few stops, and he kissed me, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" And then he like texted me when I got home, and we went out the next day, and we spent like 5 hours together in a park. And then I had to go on a conference call, and we went to a dive bar, and he ordered me a Jameson and waited in that bar for me to go outside for a half an hour and have this conference call, and then come back and continue to drink with him.
Aw, it sounds nice.
It doesn't it? Right? Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. It went well for a few weeks, and then he claimed his love for me and said his daughter requested for him to move back to Australia, and that he wanted me to be his girlfriend, and that he wanted me to eventually come to Australia. And now I have, oh, but first he wanted me to go to Fiji with him on vacation, right?
Did you go to
I'm
Fiji?
thinking we're gonna get there. I'm thinking this might be too soon. I don't know if I should be going on vacation with you and your daughter to Fiji. You know what I mean? And your bandmates. Like, this feels like a lot. But everyone was convincing me, no, you need to go to Fiji with this man. So all summer long, while we're dating and while I'm preparing for him to leave, we at least have Fiji to look forward to, right? Girl, when I was about to book my ticket, I asked, "What is the airport code in Fiji? Because I need that." He said, "I'm going to text you back a little later." I woke up the next day to a message saying that we needed to talk because he doesn't think that we should go on the trip or be together anymore via WhatsApp, and that we
Oh,
needed to talk not that day, not the next day, but after his concert because his fans needed him.
ugh, I'm so sorry. What a nightmare. WhatsApp as well. What is it with us foreigners and loving WhatsApp? Fuck's sake.
Delivering torch blows via WhatsApp early in the morning.
Jesus Christ. Oh my
Yeah,
God. I was thinking, I was like, oh no, it sounds too good to be true. Oh
yeah,
God. And
yeah.
so
I'm not in Australia.
did he go back? Did he go back to Australia?
Hmm. He
And
was
how,
already in he was already in Australia when we were trying to figure out the Fiji thing. He had already gone back. So yeah, it was quite the blow. Yeah. So I met him in real life, but he broke my heart on WhatsApp, you know?
I know, what the fuck? Jesus, couldn't even be like, let's meet up and talk. At least then you'd go there knowing, but no, a fucking message, bastard.
Right?
Yeah,
So
no.
that was one of my dates.
Well, look, you said he had no sleeves. It was a sleeveless flannel shirt.
It was it was like a red flannel shirt, and then he had the sleeves cut off.
Yeah, that's like a red flag.
I know. I know. I know. I was getting mixed messages from God. I thought this was the old white man that I ordered up, you know?
God's like, you don't want these. Here, I'll show you the hard way.
Exactly. Like, you know, we don't always know the blessings that the gifts are going to come, the packaging. We don't always know, you know? Yeah. I could change the shirt maybe, but now I know. No, bitch. No. You know what? Oh my God. So then after we broke up, after he broke my heart, right? I went down this YouTube spiral because he did this concert the next day. And I like to watch this particular song that he performed because he starts crying. And I know that those tears are for me. And so I watched that video, but then it sent me down another spiral of all these videos that he had done. And I found him in a video sitting on stage, singing and playing his fucking guitar in front of not one, but two Confederate flags.
Oh,
Katie,
no.
help me. I was sleeping with the enemy.
No. I wonder, do you know, like, was he just dumb and didn't realize what it was? I don't know. But 54, it can't be that dumb.
I think it's because he plays rockabilly rock, and Australia is, you know, has their issues, as does, you know, a lot of places, and white people aren't checking white people, you know what I mean? So he wasn't checking his brother, and he was just playing with the damn, make me so, yeah, so that was one of my dates.
In one way though, was it like, obviously it was awful to see it, but was it also like, okay, thank God I didn't stay with him for a few more months?
Yes. It was complete validation. And then it was like, Dara, what were you thinking? Like, he lives in Australia. He, you know, plays rockabilly rock. You know, what am I going to do? I'm going to go out to Australia and be in the outback with all these white people and pretend like I'm happy? No, that's never going to work. You know, with palm-sized spiders, never in life. It should have stayed here if it should have happened at all. I don't know.
And plus as well, you're both, like, he seems like a bit of a, is this the right word? Is a diva the right word? Is that the word? Where you're like, oh, I'm the rock star. What would be the word for that?
Narcissist.
Oh yeah. So like, you know, and you're a comedian as well. So I think anyone who's like, oh, I need a space for my fans and kind of have a real conversation, and like you're already also in the entertainment business, that's a fucking nightmare. It would be all about him.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, no, your fans don't come before my emotions.
Yeah, fuck that. Anyway, you don't want fans like that.
No, it was right. If I wanted to give him any publicity at all, I would say his name, but I will not.
Good. I don't think anyone who listens to this likes rockabilly. Or I don't know, actually. I don't know what rockabilly is. I'm always having to learn. Oh,
I like that. On the learn. I like that.
Yeah, I always have to learn. No, seriously though, because it's just like, you just don't know sometimes. And then you can just live your life being like, oh, that's a whole genre of music I didn't know about. But I think it's the one where the girls wear their hair in the circle on the top of their head. Is that rockabilly?
I think, yeah, it's like 50s and 60s, like, you know, like old cars and, you know.
Oh, I do know. Yes.
From yesteryear with, you know, when white people were just around white people, you know, that.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. Especially Australian as well. What's he doing?
I know. And that was the problem because I didn't know what it was either until I saw that video. I should have asked more questions.
Isn't that the worst when you realize, like, I was dating this guy who I met in real life, and we're dating a few months, and then he turns around to me and goes, you know, abortion is murder. And I was like, wow, and then I started thinking about all the red flags, and I was like, yeah, how did I miss that these are his beliefs?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that makes sense that you say that, but now I didn't think about it before. What am I doing with you? Like, he didn't even ask me if I had an abortion, like this crazy motherfucker.
My God.
I know.
Yeah.
Just
Talk
over
about,
lunch.
yeah, let's talk about abortion just over this tuna and a salad and,
Yeah, and accuse
and
you maybe of murder if you've had one or not. Like, for fuck's sake.
exactly, and talk your way out of ever hitting this vagina, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I said to him, I was like, you haven't asked me if I had an abortion. He was like, have you? And I was like, well, no, but I would. I would fucking abort your baby. He's like, oh my
Oh my
God.
God. I love how you said that.
And what about, you said there was a guy in London you met in real life as well. So just so you know, you're coming through a little. So if I respond a little late, that's just, it's either it might be my internet. So just a heads up. But other
Okay,
than that,
no
was there,
worries.
great. Was there a guy in London?
Yes. So how did I end up on this date with this guy in London? I don't remember how we met. I was living in London for like 3 months back in like 2003. And I met this guy. He wasn't too much older than I was, maybe like 9 years, I don't know, 8 years, I don't know. Slightly like, yeah, maybe like 7 years older, well-to-do black man, and he was taking me around London, right? And he was like showing me the stadium or like Arsenal plays in Manchester, and da, 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 da. And it was a lovely date. We did meet in real life because I wasn't, but I can't remember. This is so long ago. I can't remember exactly how we met. All I remember is like date. And we
Yeah.
went to, we were driving around. I remember a really nice blue Audi, and we went to this pub. And he asked me what I wanted to drink, and I said, "I'll take a Guinness, please." And he looked at me and he said, "Only whores drink Guinness."
Oh my God, I drink Guinness.
Well, apparently you're a whore, Katie. And I was like, I looked at him and I said, "Well, this whore wants a Guinness.
Yeah.
So thank you. Please go get my Guinness." And then in my head, I'm like, if I was a whore, you didn't even allow me to show my badges. You didn't even allow me to show the Lord's work on what to really do, though. You know?
Was
You
he,
closed up this shop.
what is, I've never heard that before. That's very unique because I've never heard that as a stereotype.
Only whores drink Guinness.
I wonder if he heard that in, what, did he hear that in England? Did he grow up in England?
I think so, yeah.
Is it something to do with the Irish or something? I don't know. It doesn't make.
I don't know. I had never heard that before. I was like, I don't know, pubs and Guinness for me go hand in hand. So it was my first, like, one of my first pub experiences. I'm like, yeah, pint of Guinness. And then he called me a fucking whore. And then that's when I was like, I'm never going to sleep with this man
Oh,
because you can't
good.
reward bad behavior.
No, that's great. I'm always rewarding bad behavior, but I stopped last year, not because of the pandemic. I physically can't reward bad behavior right now. No, that's great. So did you continue the date with him or did you just kind of like,
No, and which sucked because I still haven't been to a real football game, a real, like, you know.
oh,
I know, and we were supposed to go, but I was like, you called me a fucking whore.
yeah, no, you're dead right. You're so right. That's
You
so
call,
weird.
like, these are my choices. This isn't like, and then what else are you gonna try to control about me? You know, you don't like the drinks that I'm drinking. What else are you gonna try to control? You don't like the skirt that I'm wearing. You don't like the shirt that I'm wearing. You think I need to like cover up my sexy sternum? No, no, no. Red
No.
flags. Red flag. Red flag.
That's brilliant. No, that's good that you noticed that straight away. I had a guy once order my dinner at a restaurant. And he was like, "Oh, you'll like this." But the thing he was trying to order, I was like, at the time I didn't like kale, but I've learned to like it. This was like 5 years ago, and I was like, I genuinely don't like kale. Like I can't eat it. And he was like, "No, no, you'll like this one. You'll like this one." And he fucking insisted on ordering it, and I was just so confused. So I was like, "What is going on, bastard?"
Yeah. 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 Don't control what my taste buds are gonna eat.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't make sense.
No.
Yeah.
Did were you in London on a holiday?
No, I was there studying at the London College of Fashion.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a program through Syracuse, their DIPA program. So we lived there for, I lived in Bayswater for about 3 months.
That's amazing. I had no idea he lived in London. That's great. Did you have other dates in London? Any other exciting ones where they didn't call you a whore?
Oh my God, I did, where I got to be a whore.
Oh, good. Yeah, see, the other guy missed out. What an idiot.
Yeah, he really did. Yeah, because I did some of, that's what I learned. That's what I learned, that I love dating internationally, because, you know, your whore credits don't really transfer over back to the States, you know? You can just like wipe your dicks clean at customs, you know? It's like, ma'am, do you have any dicks to declare? No, sir, I have no dicks to declare. Dickless and carefree, you know? That's
That's amazing.
It's like, you don't have to see them on the subway. They're not going to be at your job. Are they going to be at your local bar? No, they're not, because they're
No.
back in the fucking Ukraine, you know?
In the Ukraine. Did you have Ukraine penis?
I did actually, but that was
What?
domestically imported. But that's another in real life. But yeah, what was the date that I went? Oh yes, I met this guy at a club, right? And you know how like you have those. This was kind of like movie-esque. You know how you like you see someone across the room and you're like, that one, right? And then you're like, I don't know how to do this, but that one, right? I was like, all right. And then I'm like stalking him around the club, and then I realized he's kind of stalking me too. And I was like, oh shit. And then we start dancing, and I'm like, "Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da." Now my roommate in London had already left. This was approaching the end of our time there, and I was partying with another girl, and I think she was either sleeping or because she was wasted or something, but it was just me and the guy. We exchanged numbers, and then we continued talking the next day, and he's like, jump on a train. I live 40 minutes outside of London. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to jump on a fucking train. And that's what I did. And I met him at a hotel, and we had the best fucking time. It was amazing. I
Oh
still
my
think of
God,
that
that's
man
so
fondly.
exciting.
Yeah, it was great.
Wait,
It was great.
you still think of that when what? When you're what?
I still think about that man fondly. He was amazing.
Oh,
He was so nice. He was a very nice. I think he was Jamaican and British or some. I don't know. Who cares? But he was very nice. And I
oh no, that's great.
never had to talk to him again. It was beautiful.
And you went to a hotel. That's so hot.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
In real life, Katie. In real life, this happened.
I know, I love that. And then you were just like, see you later. I'm going back to America.
Yeah. And I think we might have exchanged like a few emails, but I've never been able to find his information again. So he kind of like exists as this dream that like, did it happen? Did it not happen? But that I have a picture of him, so I know he exists.
That's lovely. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is nice. It's nice to be reminded that there was a time when I did go out and meet people in real life, and that I did go out on dates. It's been so long since I've gone on a date. I can't even tell you the last time I went on a date.
So before pandemic, you hadn't been on a date in a long time.
Years. I
Really?
don't know if
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I think honestly, and I'd have to really think about this, but I think the last date that I've been on was the date that started my like comedy journey, when the guy told me that I wasn't funny.
Wait, what? A guy told you you weren't funny? What the fuck is wrong with people?
I don't know. I don't know. They want to say the wrong things to me all the fucking time, when all I want to do is like, hey, let's see if we can, like each other enough to, want
Yeah.
to.
And so he inspired you. He inspired you to do comedy.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll try to make this one quick. It was Malcolm X's birthday, right? May 19th. And I remember this because we went to a program for Malcolm. Oh, so I met this guy in real life too. I met him at 4040, and we exchanged information. He's like, let's hang out. I have this program I have to go to for Malcolm X's birthday. So we go. When I get there, I'm not only sitting next to my date's grandmother, but I'm sitting next to Malcolm X's 4 daughters.
Oh my God.
I only mention that because it's not a time or place to be funny or to be like,
Yeah.
cracking out the whipping jokes, look at witty I am, grandma, while we're in the Shabazz Center in Harlem. You know what I mean? It's just like, this was the time to be very mindful and respectful, And then he takes me to his job. Again, I should be very mindful and respectful. Fine. He had been listening, and we were going to Mamoon's up the block from Grizzly Pear. And when we passed the Grizzly Pear, there was a guy outside. I wish I remember. I wish I knew who it was. I don't know, but he was barking people inside, and this was before the kitchen opened. This was 2014, and he's like, I said, well, we're going to get food, and he said, well, you can bring the food back. Now, I was not thinking about doing comedy at all. I was joking with this man. I said, well, if we come back, I'm getting on stage. My date looked at the dude and said, no, she's not funny. And I still get angry when I think about it, because it was just like, first of all, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
First of all, like, you don't know me. This is our first date. You don't know me. You don't know shit about my life. You don't know you don't know how funny I am or how funny I am not. You don't know me, you know? And then how dare you speak for me? You can't. I get so mad when it's sorry. So then in that moment, I was like, now I have to prove to you in the world how funny I am. And I went in there, and I didn't get on stage, but there was crowd work that was happening, and my rebuttals to their crowd work was funnier than their punchlines. So much so that, like, the host in the back is laughing at me and not the comedians on stage. And it wasn't that I was heckling. I wasn't heckling, because I know that difference. But it was, and then my date's like, oh, you are funny. And then I was like, no, this isn't about you. This is bigger now. Now I have to fucking get on stage. Now I have to do it. So I think that actually was my last date.
Jesus. So that was
No, that couldn't have been it, because then I was with the rock star. So that must have been my last date. I don't know when. Oh no. We might be running out of time. But the last date, one of in real life. Are you ready for another one?
Yeah, this is great.
This is really therapeutic, Katie. Thank you. I need this.
Thank you.
I'm hoping that by me releasing all of this date energy that has happened, that this is going to, like, you know, invite new energy in. Me just getting rid of all of this shit, because I was ambushed by an old friend, okay? I've known him for about 6-7 years, and I go to this rooftop party and I see him, and I hadn't seen him in a long time. He's like, hey, we should go skydiving on Tuesday. I got tickets, but I got to check with someone to make sure that I can use their ticket. So they were like, oh, that person's going to use it, can't do it, fine. So then he invites me to Atlantic City. And I'm like, well, I don't know if, like, do you have a girlfriend? Because the last time I saw you prior, like a year prior, so you had a girlfriend. And he's like, no, I'm dating, but I don't have a girlfriend. Now, in my brain, everyone in New York City is dating, you know, like, that doesn't, girlfriend and dating, distinction. That's why I asked if you had a girlfriend, you know? Because if you're dating, that basically just means you got to out fuck a bitch, you know?
Yes. I fuck a bitch.
But if that's your girlfriend, that's your claim, that has to be respected, you know?
Yeah.
He told me, no, I'm just dating. So we go, so I didn't go to Atlantic City, but he invited me to Great Adventure. And he picks me up with a bottle of Jameson, a bagel with lox and cream cheese, capers and red onions, a blunt, because why not, and 2 passes to Six Flags with the parking passes and everything paid for. Now, in my brain, we are still just like friends and kind of homies, you know? But I could kind of tell he's putting in a lot of effort, but I wanted to counterbalance that by paying for dinner after we had, like, a great day, you know? So, like, It's not a date, but it's a good time among friends. When I realized that, no, even after I paid the dinner, that it was a date is when he was eating my pussy on my roof, you know?
Oh my God, I miss having my pussy eaten.
Yeah, right? Me too. I keep on seeing that sponsored ad pop up with that little new toy with the tongue, and I'm like, maybe Mama needs to invest. Because who knows with COVID when that's going to happen again. But long story short, with this awful situation, that, you know, we meet up a few more times, we're talking, we're enjoying each other's company, and then all of a sudden Labor Day comes and I see a post made where he's tagged, and it's 2 glasses of wine on a vineyard, and he is at his parents' house in the Hamptons with the same girlfriend that I met. and I get to her page and I scroll through, and there was never a break in the relationship. There was never nothing. There are anniversary flowers from every year. There are like, wait, woman? Wait. So this is my friend of 6 or 7 years who hoodwinked me with this date. It's a great fucking adventure for a great fucking adventure who lied to me when I tried to keep it on the equal footing of here, oh, this was a really nice day. Let me counteract this with a really nice, $100 dinner. Then you gonna thank me by eating my pussy when that mouth belongs to someone else.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
And then a month later, after I had called him out on it, and then I wanted to fuck with him one day, so I found the passes, the great flag, and I sent them a picture of it, and I said, I just sent this to your girlfriend. She might have some questions for you. But I didn't do that. I just wanted him.
What
wanted to.
What do you say though?
Oh, he blocked me on everything. So, but I never sent it, but I wanted to ruin his day. It was a Sunday, and it was, he's a Jets fan, and I wanted to ruin his day. So, what happened? Oh yeah. So fast forward, that was Labor Day, right? Fast forward, October. So small. Black people who know how to read and write all know each other, right? 6 degrees of separation just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So I not only know the person who was the videographer for his proposal, but I also work with another girl who knows both of his girl and the guy. So like the 58 people that we have mutual friends on Facebook, maybe I'm not the person to fuck with. So anyway, she sends me a screenshot of his proposal, and it's like, when like the diamond, I am flawed, but she accepted my proposal anyway. So I'm like, oh, basically she knows that you fucking cheat on her and sling your dick around, but she said yes anyway. Okay.
Oh, it's so sad. It's so
Yeah.
sad. And you know that, this story comes up a lot. Where I've had it as well, where people don't tell the truth about their partners. Where you become the side bitch and you're like, no, what did you do to me? Give me the choice.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because they know we'd say no. We'd be like, no, you got a fucking girlfriend. That's fucking horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a friend, Jesus, what a fucking idiot. And then I guess she knows if he said that speech. Oh, that's awful.
Absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. So like, I don't think I have good relationships with dates. I'd like to change that. And I think that this was my first step in doing so.
Good. It's funny because I've only had 3 women on this new. So I have the Shift podcast, and then this one is the new one. So I wanted to do it just on like dating stories. And the guy, I've had 3 sets with guys. They're all in relationships. I didn't mean it, but they're all in relationships and all success stories. And then the 3 girls so far have all been like failure stories, and mine are all failure stories as well. I think for women in New York, it's just too hard.
It's very hard. But I also think about like, I mean, I'm from Jersey, a stone's throw away from the city. And I don't know of anyone who got away. So I don't know if I ever had a fighting chance. I don't know. That's why I feel like my husband's in another country. I feel like
maybe Ireland. We should go do a comedy tour in Ireland.
Oh my God, you let me know and I'm so down. I'm 13% Irish, so says Ancestry.com.
Oh wow, there you go. Yeah.
Somebody was fucking back in the day. I don't know, Katie.
That's amazing. No, yeah, definitely. Oh my God. We should definitely do a comedy tour in Ireland. But so wait, I'll ask you last question before we go, because we have to go do a show. But what I do ask is, so obviously, what's your tips for meeting people in real life? Like when the pandemic stops, like, are you very confident? Well, you haven't had a date in 5 years, really, were you saying? Because it's more you were concentrating on your comedy. What will you do now? Will you go out and talk to people in bars, or?
That's such a good question, because I feel like we've been at bars together. You see me, I'll talk to any fucking body except for the people who I'm actually like interested in. I've lost that like, ooh, like how I was scouting that guy in London. I've lost that ability to like, I don't know. So maybe like reclaim that. But I don't really see a lot of people who I'm like, I don't know, interested in. But what am I gonna do? Because let's put an action plan in play. I'm gonna look them in the eyes, because that's all I'm gonna be able to see, and
just Go for those sexy eyes.
There goes sexy eyes, and at least once a month, I'm gonna hit on a hottie. I'm gonna hit on a hot guy I see at least once a month. And if a sub hottie will have to do if I'm at the 31st or the 30th day, I gotta go with the best looking thing I've seen that day.
This is great. I love that.
Yeah, I like it too.
No, yeah. So you're definitely once a month. That will push you to make an effort. That's brilliant. That's so great. And you're probably at a point now, because I feel like I think we've been doing comedy around about the same amount of time, and I think like it can be overwhelming, and you're just trying to like not overwhelming is the right word, but you're just trying to do it all of the time. And so, but you get to a certain point where you're like, okay, maybe I can have a bit of a life now as well. And that's what I'm starting to feel like. I'm like, okay, maybe I can have time to put effort into dating more. And
no, you're absolutely right. Because for the last few years, I'm like, I don't even know how to fit a man into this schedule. Like, if I did have a man, how would I see him when I'm out in these streets? You know. But and I think quarantine has taught me balance is important.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, definitely. Me too. Even though I'm watching too many movies, but in general, definitely, yeah. I've been virtually dating someone. So even though this is an anti-online dating podcast, I have been online dating. So you should. I would recommend Hinge.
Okay, because I've been doing Tinder and I downloaded Hinge, but I haven't finished my profile, so that's another action that I'll take. I'll try Hinge. I've been avoiding it, and I'm like, well, why the fuck is the app on your phone if you're not going to use it, bitch?
Yeah, so at least during the pandemic. Afterwards, we can go back to real life. But what's great about Hinge is they, for people in Ireland, I don't think we have Hinge in Ireland, but they ask questions, and they answer. And like the guy that I met 3 months ago, we've been like talking, we've had social distance dates and everything, and we've been talking to each other for like 3 months. But I actually swiped on him because of his answer, not because of his picture. And I actually really enjoy, and so that's funny. I don't know if I just think that's like a huge thing, whereas in Tinder, you'd be just swiping because of the photos.
Yeah, you know what? I like this because sometimes Tinder just feels like a game, you know? It's like, it feels like racking up Candy Crush points, you know? It's like, no, and then it's like, and then it's like, oh, yeah, you match, yeah. And then it's like, no, and then it's like, no match. It's like, what the fuck? What do you mean no match?
I know. Well, this is the thing with Hinge. They'll only, you won't know if they don't match you, if that makes sense. I guess, because I think the way it works is they show you a bunch of people and you can like them, but they might not see you. I don't know. I don't really understand. I did get overwhelmed with it and I stopped using it like a few weeks in, but I think, yeah, so I'm probably not the best online dater. But yeah, I just think
I'm not either, but you give me hope because you're not the best online dater either. I'm definitely not. But if you know, there's hope. You've inspired new hope in the day and the age where I was definitely sure that my love life was as dead as our freedom.
Okay, yes, okay. Well, so online for now and real life afterwards, and we should go do our show. Oh, is there anything you want to plug for the listeners?
Oh God. Well, we're both on the show French Roast.
Yes. And this will be out by then. This will be out tomorrow. So
yes.
I asked Frankie, I didn't ask Frankie, I asked people in the group, will I get deported for doing it? They're probably like, she's an idiot.
Right. I think you'll be fine. I think we'll protect you. We'll protect you. You're fine. And yeah, I guess people can follow me on social media, Chocolate Gem with a J on Instagram, Dara Jemmott on Facebook and all other platforms. And yeah, YouTube, there'll be some projects there. But yeah. Oh, and I also have a podcast, Comedians for Hire. And we talk about comedians when they actually had jobs.
Okay, great. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye and then say hello to you again in the next show. I love you. Thank you so much. This was great.
You are the best. I love you. Thank you so much. This was awesome.
Okay, great. I'll see you in a second.
I'll see you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.